welcome to this month's #Finance Friday. So here in South Africa, April is Freedom Month. So while this is happening in the country, we are busy focusing on compliance as a company. So these two could not be perfectly matched. And you might be thinking, how does this match and how's this got to do with one another? But if you're new to the concept of compliance, that statement might actually sound a bit strange to you. So don't worry, in this video, we're going to be talking through and showing you some ways in which compliance actually leads to more freedom within your business. So in the previous Finance Friday, I spoke about what compliance is and went into a bit more depth about helping you understand why it matters and the different ways you can implement it within your business. So compliance equals freedom. So think about that for a moment. It might sound like a paradox, but it's actually not. Compliance is about rules, following them, and being compliant. So I'm going to walk you through some things a non-compliant company will be missing. So then we'll also be speaking about what steps you need to take to ensure you become compliant. So a company that is non-compliant could have the following characteristics. They're not legally registered when they should be. There is no contract for employees. There's no overtime or break time policy. There may be no internal code of conduct. You might just be missing general policies to ensure compliance within the business and, for example, within tax and other aspects within the Companies Act. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you know the laws of your country and know which laws you should be abiding to within your company. So this could include, like we spoke about last time, the Basic Conditions of Employment Act. It can be the Companies Act or the Income Tax Act. So you need to make sure that you are monitoring your compliance within your business and make sure that you know what laws and regulations governs your business and that you need to comply to. So not being compliant with certain laws and regulations within your country can lead to big problems for you and your business. So these problems would include penalties such as hefty fines or trade sanctions. So there are consequences for being non-compliant. So you could find yourself unable to trade or unable to pay any hefty fines that have been charged on you. Also, you could be facing criminal action. Here in South Africa, criminal charges are a potential consequence of violating certain compliance laws. So make sure you're up to date with what not to do in order to avoid this problem. So if you're concerned, get in touch with us here at Upvisor and let's see how your compliance is looking like and how you can improve the compliance within your business. So developing a bad reputation is also another consequence of remaining non-compliant in your business. So in the past, you might have heard the popular saying there's no such thing as bad publicity, but you don't want bad publicity when it comes to compliance, and you don't want people having a negative outlook onto your company, which could affect your profitability and sales within your business. So knowing that you're compliant gives you the freedom and peace of mind, knowing that none of the problems we discussed above affect you in any way. So now that we've looked at a couple of the consequences of being non-compliant, let's look at some of the steps that a non-compliant company would need to take in order to become compliant. So firstly, if you don't have contracts in place for people that are employed within your company, make sure that you do this and that you put the correct contracts in place for those employees. You need to ensure that your employees are working the correct legal time frame and that you're remaining compliant within the respective labor laws. So you also need to ensure that where the labor law requires you to give employees a break, that they are getting a break and that you are compliant in that regard. And then also think about developing an internal code of conduct. And this can really help your business. And if you don't have any other policies and procedures in place to monitor the compliance of your business in all the different spheres of your business, then make sure to put that in place as well. So this is just a summary, but if you would like more information about being compliant, we do have a compliance checklist up for sale. If you go check out our Etsy store, then you'll be able to purchase this and download this template, and you'll be able to see and monitor your compliance. So if we look at developing an internal code of conduct, this is very important on its own. So it's vital for a company to have rules and regulations that employees can comply with. So a code of conduct will contain different information in every company. So because each company is unique, you need to have a unique code of conduct that suits your business. So even though you'll have a unique code of conduct, you still will have to have the same information that you usually have in a general code of conduct. So this would include your company's values, what behavior you expect to have from your employees. What is the dress code for employees or staff working at your business? You need to have a policy for what happens if employees don't come to work or they're late for work. if there's conflicts of interest, or how should they be communicating with each other? What happens if an employee reports someone for misconduct? So you should have a code of conduct in place which covers some of these issues. And the ones we've mentioned today is not everything that you need to include, it's just some of the points that we wanted to highlight. Including these different aspects in the code of conduct is important because, firstly, if you include the company's values, this tells the world and your staff what you aspire to. It also creates a standard that you can hold yourself to as a business. When you provide guidelines for behavior, this will help set boundaries and establish what is appropriate for the workplace. With this information in place, it's easier for employees to create strong working relationships. So a code of conduct helps make it clear that the company is legally compliant with the respective laws in South Africa. So it is important for your employees to know what the code of conduct is within your business. So when employees are treated with respect by their employer, they tend to feel more satisfied with their work environment. And we've said it before and we'll say it again, a healthy workplace is a productive workplace. So all of these things work together to create both a productive and a profitable business. So it is clear that compliance plays a vital role within a business. So making sure you are legally compliant and that you have a working internal system is key to growing and thriving. So are you wondering whether your business is compliant? If so, you can purchase our compliance checklist from our Etsy store, as you mentioned earlier, and going through it could help you establish where you need to make adjustments within your business to make sure that you are compliant and that you're setting up your business for success. So thank you for joining this month. #Finance Friday. We'll see you next month. Bye.